Last night, as I closed my eyes, I visualized the future vast as the skies. I saw myself as a young man with a plan to spread the truth all across this young land. So with my mic in hand and a head full of thoughts, I ramble on, singing my song. I invite all of you to come along, cause my word is bomb that I will never steer you wrong. Proletarian / literary veteran who lives off the labor of his lettering. Right here is where hope is possible. You can see it clear with the right kind of opticals. Being music for those who need motivation. Basically, we're in the same situation. Only difference is when I rock the beat, it determines if I eat or get shoes on my feet. Yet we're still out there taking chances, cause we never been held back by circumstances. Strong advances are all that we're making, with a spirit that will never be shaken. A prodigal son returning to shine bright, where we left you with the absence of light. So take advantage of this momentary clarity. Nowadays, moments like this are a rarity. These eyes have seen a change coming, it's quite clear. It's right now, right here. We can all have a hand in this. Breathe life in the air so it can exist. And say, I wanna rock right now. Come on!
I wanna rock right now.
Say, I wanna rock right now.
Come on! I wanna rock right now.
A plastic, fantastic, love bizarre, similar to an outlaw star from afar. It's like a beacon, speaking to the masses, and only getting better and better as time passes. Thing that's backwards about the situation. Those who made it only practice stagnation. Living life in a fool's paradise. A banquet of beggars who will never think twice about a listener. Missing her or him frequently. Such potential, kept confidential. A song and dance routine will not happen at any moment the word association is ever rapping. A magnetic rose attraction. Listener supported cycle of satisfaction. We come undone to this catalyst caused by a pen that's giving my fingers calluses. Yet we still wear battle scars proudly. Time has allowed me to live life loudly. So we transmit these divine signals over instrumentals, looking for your mental. Now that we've all hit the same plane, it should be simple for all of us to maintain on that other level. In the infinite beyond, a place that allows us to continue on. Here's a quick moment of ascension, where collective has become the main objective. So subject yourself to the rhythm and allow yourself a slight change of perspective. These eyes have seen a change coming, it's quite clear. It's right now, right here. We can all have a hand in this. Breathe life in the air so it can exist. And say, I wanna rock right now. Come on!
I wanna rock right now.
Everybody say, I wanna rock right now.
Come on! I wanna rock right now.
Thieves in the night, dark criminals with a manifesto we recite. Shoot a straight line right through the middle of the riddle of the tangled web that's been weaved. I can't believe, like adlib in mathematics, our change in speak is so drastic. I thought we were the voice of the street, and all at one time could feel the heartbeat. Now these jokers spit lines of deception like madmen in all of our directions. Punisher plus the multiple man with a third eye device for the retinal scan. The door's open, we enter undetected. Go home and study all the data we collected. Lay it down like subliminal tracks. The tread for the tires, driving home the facts. We could drive it home with one headlight, sorta like Little Dylan. I got a feeling that once it arrives and gets settled in, that'll put an end to all of the meddling from the puppet men. Those who wanna pull strings, hope they got surround sound when my blade sings as it cuts through the wind, severing the wires. Moment of silence as playtime inspires. An opportunity has been presented, and the only smart answer is to exploit the instance. It's one of those key steps in the process of doing this to the extreme. While we got this, whatever this represents in your case, I can still see the same look on your face as I pass, and it's reached critical mass. Then I see the everyday cynical class, and they're 1-2 of a living, giving pretty much the same effort I'm giving. I guess that's the pendulum thing, the balancing act to keep life in full swing. Widescreen type dreams at night with the ill cinematic orchestrated insight that fades away whenever the sun rises to no alarms and no surprises. Basically, right now I don't sweat it. I make sure the moves I make stay kinetic and constant, cause that's a tight combination. Forward advancement for the hip-hop nation. With soldiers holding down the front lines, a Nick Van Axel whenever it's crunch time. So without much time we make do. Lessons no more than a reason to make it through.
Somebody cared. Somebody made something, probably not even for money. For love. Sometimes I didn't believe there was any love left.
Lone traveler, not one to play games, has trouble recalling names. Only place where he truly belongs is the 2 to 5 minutes that encompass his songs. That's a place where it all just falls in line, where things so distant combine to make a sound divine. A wrinkle in time, an Orwellian illustration of a thought crime. Sublime melody, letting me definitely see the light. The endless night we call the daily life, and things are getting heavy. Once again, my friend, there's a dry levee. Steady is the path of the righteous. Life just gives us enough to ignite us to action, and then we put out the fire that we worked so hard for so long to acquire. So I remain a lone traveler. There's a long journey ahead. That's why I remain a lone traveler, getting ready for the journey ahead. I become a lone traveler. There's a long journey ahead, playing the role of lone traveler, getting ready for the journey ahead. There's an entire world unseen that's hard to understand, yet it demands our attention. And I mention it because the world is heartless with the things that it does. I learned that blood matters. I learned putting your heart on the line only brings it back shattered. I learned the dream was over way back, so I walked the path of the insomniac. Using my naked eye is the leader that I follow. I move right through every hollow opportunity. The ends without the means, and apparently no in-betweens. No space to fill, no place to feel like you're needed. A program in exile, soon to be deleted. And running for the sake of existence, living a life spread out over a distance. So I remain a lone traveler, staying miles ahead of the game. Playing the role of lone traveler, staying miles ahead of the game. I become a lone traveler, staying miles ahead of the game. So I remain a lone traveler, staying miles ahead of the game. I see something of myself in everyone, a trait that allows me to be the very one that connects. Naturally selects a position to act as origin for these strange transmissions. Way I see it, once those things have a basis, I could reside in all places. Play my role as a child of the wind so that I can maximize every moment that I spend in this madness, where my sadness is trite and can no longer fuel all the things that I write. Maybe that had been the problem all along. Maybe I've been going about this all wrong. Maybe words should be spoken like silence, shared like the memory of now. Time will allow understanding. At the point it seems due, the true meaning of a breakthrough. So I remain a lone traveler, lost in a world of thoughts. So I remain a lone traveler, lost in a world of thoughts. So I remain a lone traveler, lost in a world of thoughts. Playing the role of lone traveler, steady lost in the world of thoughts. Here lies an untapped shell, wondering when our good sense will prevail. It's a story that anyone who lives can tell. The last time music compelled them to move something, do something worthwhile to their well-being, feel the need to prove something. Look deep in your memory banks, cause the past few years have been nothing but blanks. Disposable art has a tragic counterpart that is tried to hide from the start of the matter. And what's sadder than sad is how bad a job they've done in the spotlight. The moment that my eyes lose sight and I slip into the darkness of the night with my headphones on tight. Many folks I would call my peers never reach my ears. So send me a kite with no strings attached, only fate's wings attached. The song they sing is unmatched in conventional terms, and it reconfirms our arrival. Better yet, our ability to speak the words you can see vividly. Very well, little brother. Word association is here to represent like no other. Survey the eyes of a man with no idea of why he can understand the lay of the land. Grounds of confusion, so the secret illusion they're using. Cats play the role of Oz Wizard like Jim Morrison, manifest King Lizard. And it's an all or nothing proposition, harebrained schemes to keep pole position. Logical progression of the sequence, people get offended by the defense. If we had to play the role of showstoppers, it's automatic to assume a flow droppers. So watch the hat hit the ground at the very same moment we chosen to get down in surround sound. 360 degrees, complex thoughts are dispersed with ease. The more things change and so on, becomes living proof for things to grow on. Truisms, minute-made wisdom, simulcast, mega blast, sound wave system. Some cats mock the thought pattern. Those people all learn in the end that once the game became us and them, they all simply forgot we're all ordinary men. I remember that from way back, knowledge that I picked up on the straight track. That's where I came across a pack that attacks each time the day turns black. 24 hours in a day, and it's still funny how time slips away. So we make the clockwork moves, create words and don't disturb grooves.
We'll talk again if that's all right with you.
Anything to get to the truth.
Lighten up, for Christ's sake.
I heard that.
If I spoke like a child, that would make me innocent, but still trapped in captivity. Therefore, I run straight through speed trials, all the while racking up vividly amazing dreams. Lost in thought, sorta like the way things get lost in translation. Hesitation is a big step right towards nothing, not even a simple explanation. Positive energy activates the right thing, verbal lightning in a bottle. Full throttle lyricism, victim of the moment with no expectations for tomorrow. So what motivates me? Same thing that weighs me down to the depths of the soul. It's a passion, burning like no other man's, and yet it's not something I control. So I'm gonna stop a sec, think about it, try to find space in my overcrowded head. Every single word that I said is an SOS to those who've been misled. We take one giant step towards madness, for each baby step we take towards sanity. Can it be that we're slowing our pace for pride's sake, the evil stepson of vanity? Slow and steady was the lesson we were taught, but that lesson won't suit a rat race. We should relearn the lessons we forgot, cause those are the rules that apply to that place. We should question all things within reason. Change of season doesn't need our approval. Most things work fine in the natural design, and would be efficient with our removal. That includes circumstances of the heart, mind over matter, and natural selection. Some things just go without question, if you take a hint to life's subtle suggestion. So I'm gonna stop a sec, think about it, try to find space in my overcrowded head. Every single word that I said is an SOS to those who've been misled. I can see your sadness and it's lovely, it radiates right through your tough skin. Warm within this here foggy lullaby with the intents of empty space it can fill in. One looks like an opportunity. One looks something like a meaningful existence. One looks like a mystery train on an unknown track, traveling a long distance. My plan's always been a clean break from the norm, form within the origin of oddity, just so I can clearly demonstrate how to transform unchained thought into a commodity. My spotless mind shines eternal, a joy forever. Behold, it pleases these things become one more artifact that gets stacked into past due memories. So I'm gonna stop a sec, think about it, try to find space in my overcrowded head. Every single word that I said is an SOS to those who've been misled. So I'm gonna stop a second, think about it, try to find space in my overcrowded head. Every single word that I said, an SOS to those who've been misled. Stand still, that's what it seems like we're doing. Pretty much whoever could move in with ill intention. A grin sitting on the grill, uniformly keeping it real. Yo, where's the spark? Cause it's a dark night that'll come to a close when these folks see the light. So might as well get my rocks off now. Is a method to madness that we cannot allow. Do I love you? And if I really love you, does that mean I'm not allowed to place myself above you? I don't wanna be locked in a box. Plus, I warned you that my manner was unorthodox. I think it's best that I go alone. I promise you, we'll meet again at the end of it all. I hardly can keep up with myself, so I don't have time to watch somebody else crawl. The thing is, you're such a part of me that a complete split would be too hard for me. The bottom dropped out the artistry. No place for this man to learn how to fall. So I keep falling in and out of line with this mad design that resembles a spine, but it lacks support and can't hold the weight. So I'ma move soon before it gets too late. This is one of many ways, 50 ways to be exact. Let's leave it at that. This is one of many ways, 50 ways to be exact. Let's leave it at that. If a rolling stone gathers no moss, then a motivated wordsmith can have no boss. No benefits if you just count the cost, like not playing the game and still taking a loss. How can that happen? How can I justify living life purely based on my rapping? I can't, and so I don't do it. I remember times when we all stayed fluent in the new speak. Now we're truly creative, caught up in a land where we don't seem native, but forced to live off it. One side puts in all the work, while the other side profits. An army comprised of the phony follow Johnny come lately and his one-trick pony to a ceremony full of tricks of the trade, where we could do nothing more than get played. This is one of many ways, 50 ways to be exact. Let's leave it at that. This is one of many ways, 50 ways to be exact. Let's leave it at that. Motions, why should I go through it? So many folks just do it. It's become integral to the process, and I think it makes the both of us nauseous. Maybe I've been a little too honest with the way that I feel, but keeping it real, that's like a full-time habit. If I see the opportunity in front of me, why wouldn't I grab it? And so I'm through with this cat and mouse game where I move to you and you move to the same place I just was. Cause it's like we're going nowhere fast. It turns out that your heart of glass is the fragile type, while mine is itching to grow. So hear me before I let go. We can let no man put us under our connection, or there will be no correction. This is one of many ways, 50 ways to be exact. Let's leave it at that. This is one of many ways, 50 ways to be exact. Let's leave it at that. you know who you are? Call me the dream operator, the headphones on narrator, caretaker on your journey to the infinite, spitting only views you can use to your benefit. Close your eyes tightly and you realize we might be the unlikely candidates to animate the unliving, getting spirited away, sight set for all those who've gone astray. I imagine looking off into the distance, vividly envisioning the points where I stand, mic in hand, contemplating, debating, deciding, narrowly missing when not colliding with the world of the listener. Or at least that's the goal, a master of a chaotic control. Calculated, a thinking man's poet, reminder of the truth cause you already know it. A thinking man's poet, reminder of the truth cause you already know it. A thinking man's poet, reminder of the truth cause you already know it. Man, I wish that I could keep it simple, throw away lyrics over basic instrumental, but I got a gag reflex, Ludovico technique, a real aura show presentation of the flow. I don't know much, but I know we gotta do it on our own, because genius stands alone against the idiot when some bend a break in the process, and that translation lost this. Call it dumb luck, but we struck a strange chord and left the evidence of a resonant fragment of sound creation, music that'll seal the deal for the hip-hop nation. The handshake followed by an earthquake, the type that those underground sounds can make. We are now qualified to do it all, having done so much with so little for all y'all. We are now qualified to do it all, having done so much with so little for all y'all. We are now qualified to do it all, having done so much with so little for all y'all. Like water finds comfort in the river, pens find comfort in the words I deliver. It's the beautiful lie, playing by the rules nowadays is enough to get by. Some rules can resemble a sling, so flexible is the state of mind one should bring. The magnetic king, very few individuals truly do their own thing. Yet and still some strive to stand out and strive to find that foundation in the handout. Playing life like it's already been planned out means you killed the dream before it ever panned out. That creates a man of constant sorrow, a man whose vision can't stretch past tomorrow. A life in essence that is lived lifeless. Visionary leaders won't emerge like this, and I'm quite pissed, tired of it all. Countless individuals have issued the call. I issue a reason I stand tall. One who's seen it all sees in the long haul that we gotta keep pushing. Just keep it moving. Tune yourself into what life's already doing. Cause it's so hard searching for reception when you're placed in the middle of a grand deception. The present still mocks the good-hearted young man who is focused on the task at hand and won't stop till it's easy for all to understand that our self-induced stress isn't part of the plan. Medicine, just let us in your head. Let us create where your thoughts have been bred. Let us hit you with the simple accidental remedy that we placed within the instrumental. Let us hit you with the simple accidental remedy that we placed within the instrumental. Let us hit you with the simple accidental remedy that we placed within the instrumental.
Ladies and gentlemen, you don't scare me.
This is between me and you. Let's go on.
I can see the look in your eyes. I don't even think you realize that you're playing. Not so much words you're saying, but the context of actions you're displaying. Once I was the silent type, then I got caught up in the late night hype. Stretched my arms to both sides of the box. Thought for a minute, then picked the locks. Hot rocks ought to be your soundtrack where you get down. You've been found by the ordinary eye. You can celebrate if it makes you happy. I tend to wait for a moment Proceed, carry on with a poker face each time I walk in the place. Popularity and low profile combinate like a runway model with no style. Disastrous, after us is a big nothing. Lies all about frontin'. Destination unknown, and if there's concern, there's been none shown. Take a look, soak it in. Let's let the process begin. If you wanna know where you're going, just take a look at the places you've been. And remember, be looking good. Always keep that in mind. To assume it's understood only confirms that you're blind. We blink for a second. That was just about enough time to get thoughts collected. Following the clean slate theory means individuals see things quite clearly. Fine lines, intricate designs, each detailing whatever it defines. I was sent here to blow minds, but it's only a dent. The folks with no spines. Temporary setback, inner revealing, chilling with a heart jet black. Looks like I have a chance to get back where I once belonged. The place where I do no wrong. The place one says so long to convention. Preps themselves for ascension. Just to get a bird's eye view. It's so easy, you ought to try too. And while you're at it, change your approach. Find one suitable that won't encroach on a cat like me. One likely to lean to the right thing like I was Spike Lee. Leave a trace that bears its own presence, obstructs the wind, yet we pretend that it don't mean much. Maybe it'll pass in time. What could there be behind the rhyme? If the words you spoken stay hollow, why would anything suitable to hear follow? Swallow that little pill, hopefully one that can come expose a raw deal. Take a look, soak it in. Let's let the process begin. If you wanna know where you're going, just take a look at the places you've been. Locked in a gaze, locked into so many different ways that we amaze. In the days, the golden days, when everybody did what they wanted, most had to flaunt it, display it for all to see. That's sorta like a place most choose to be. Spotlight on me, later for the rest, cause they're all tired at best. Take a look, soak it in. Let's let the process begin. If you wanna know where you're going, just take a look at the places you've been. Remember, be looking good. Always keep that in mind. To assume it's understood only confirms that you're blind. And no, I don't mind the stare. Cause in my mind, why would anybody care about the messenger? Costumes aren't important. If you believe what you hear, then support it. Otherwise, just let it be. Time will always run out eventually for all things. A rule without room for exceptions, without need for questions. That just means you miss lessons, miss things that leave lifelong impressions. Couldn't see the forest for the trees, to some degree that means you miss blessings. Looks like another one's coming around, a second chance to get down for a hot minute, which lasts a lifetime, scored by the next generation rhyme. We fade to black, we fade away to another stray idea on this track. It feels like gravitational pulls will be symbolized wise men depending on fools. A machine with a faceless smile versus a warrior with a faceless style and an ageless fight. The impact the spot in the time we got, using verbal dynamite. Detonating the dramatic device with a new speak vocab that calls for twice the attention of the norm. The thoughts transform up the bar with liquid in the way they shift form. Meanwhile, loose lips ain't battalions. Friendly fire at the average civilian. Duck and cover techniques now apply as these top cats fall from positions on high. Now we can all move along to a new phase away from these strange days. Now we can all move along to a new phase away from these strange days. We could let the years be the remedy of the modern day abstract way we play into these tendencies. Temporary satisfaction that satisfies the now without need for action. The ballad of the thin man's accuser, coming to grips without these slips can lose ya. Time slips away similar, my length is real and only goes so far. So I reach out often, spread the word like falling, answering to a higher calling. Driven by an internal force with an external locale as its main source. Influence is too vast to list unless I'm massive in the confines of this verse and others. Paraded as disposable art, so that from the inside it gets torn apart. Now we can all move along to a new phase away from these strange days. Now we can all move along to a new phase away from these strange days. The thrill is gone, and it never seemed too much like a thrill for long when it passed. A shadow cast on my whole state of being. One day the whole world will see what I'm seeing. Right now I think it'd be best if we maintain position right ahead of the rest of the modern day poets, and share position with those who truly can understand how it goes. I suppose that we'd be mistaken to question how seriously we've been taken during the years we search for our identity. If the entire world remembered me as a child, seems things would be obscured to a point so drastic they can't be cured. Lured into bright lights and big sounds without the background of how it all goes down. Now we can all move along to a new phase away from these strange days. Now we can all move along to a new phase away from these strange days. Outside the jam, sitting down, writing rhymes in the hall. The quiet man observes all walks of life, cause he's in it for the long haul. Playing the wall. Outside the jam, sitting down, writing rhymes in the hall. The quiet man observes all walks of life, cause he's in it for the long haul. I promise that I never saw it coming. Never been done with a hit the ground running approach. And it felt like home. But in that same moment, my mind got blown, frozen, and chosen cause we're both faded. Yet I still don't hate it. It's a basic process of gratification. The new craze sweeping the nation. So this is how we take the old to the new and stretch out the tried and true. Because I tried it too. And I remember that I got hit so hard I had to sit a few out. And there's been new doubts that occurred from the moment that we started the word. The web's been tangled so tight that to get to me, it'll take a whole night. Playing the wall, outside the jam, sitting down, writing rhymes in the hall. The quiet man observes all walks of life, cause he's in it for the long haul. Playing the wall, outside the jam, sitting down, writing rhymes in the hall. The quiet man observes all walks of life, cause he's in it for the long haul. All I could say is slow down, master your art and take my heart with no sound. Deep in the eyes, lost control of some of the parts used to make up the whole. I wish that my stoic facade didn't make a beautiful moment seem odd. But my nature is to hesitate for a quick second, so the moments are reflected, selected under a slight pressure to be one who admits truth without measure. As a result, small talk is extense. I wanna know what you really think about things, because it means so much. Now there's a lifeline we can both clutch. Common ground, a place to stand tall when it comes time to get down. When it comes time to be found, a face in the crowd, your optics allowed to be clear. When the time comes near and we all find that in our mind there's no fear. So we're back there again. Proximity has the heart beating like a theremin. Now watch it all fade away. Make it easy to find words to say. Innocence lost in the past, eclipsed by events and the shadows they cast. Events that seem to outlast any need to be more than an outcast. So as we exist on the fringes and view the world in our offbeat tinges, we can mirror images reflected and be selected to be connected. Playing the wall, outside the jam, sitting down, writing rhymes in the hall. The quiet man observes all walks of life, cause he's in it for the long haul. Playing the wall, outside the jam, sitting down, writing rhymes in the hall. The quiet man observes all walks of life, cause he's in it for the long haul. Staring at a blank page, words begin to manifest, overtaking my hand without rest, for fear that if I stop, I'll lose this divine state of mind, and all of these thoughts will be left behind without a chance to find freedom from my mind's captivity. At this point, I don't know what's gotten into me, but neither my body nor my mind wanna stop. I feel like I should write on this rhyme until I drop from exhaustion. Oftentimes like this, I resist, but something tonight won't let me miss this opportunity. Like I'm writing, I say my soul, fighting for any last little bit of control that I thought I had and foolishly took for granted, knowing how these hip-hop heads always demand it. Be oblivious to the mainstream, cause a shallow superstar lives an insane dream. Constantly outside the box, rocking in a manatee and orthodox. Forever locked into a rhythm, motion magnetic, run at the beat hit 'em. If I understood my life constantly had static, my pilot would run automatic. Here's the deal, life gets real. We gotta shift gears to make it over the hill. Focusing under pressure is a rule. The mind was designed as a powerful tool. Think perpetual motion, coasting to a rhythm. Hear the words just as quick as I can spit them. Panic attack revolved around the whack as I stay laid back over ill playback. My motto has to be lead by example, because I'm the only living pure sample, spitting like it's the last time, just like the last rhyme, because it takes a lifetime to say what you mean. Yet and still I had to be dedicated, cause it's stupid I've seen for one to not come clean. Constantly outside the box, rocking in a manatee and orthodox. Forever locked into a rhythm, motion magnetic when I let the beat hit 'em. Drape the skill where it is a cloak. Millennia from now, all the words that are spoken will be the basis for education of the kids. Injected in the brain with closed eyelids, in a deep state of meditation and then reflection. Positive reinforcement and then affection. The most effective methods of ascension are stagnated sessions of entry into dimensions and skewed regularity with great severity, leaving whack MCs mumbling incoherently. Apparently, whenever pen touches paper, all thoughts are half-step and turns into vapor that dissipates into the sky's vast expansion, the unseen. Shogun, the cut's clean, cause the track bangs. Lyrics weave through the crevices, cousin hawk abilities, never leaving evidence. San Marcos residents know the time. Word association design shines in all the rhymes that originated, where they will be appreciated. Playing our role in what will be initiated very soon. Monsoons are similar in stature to the impact of every single word used to capture and captivate. Eradicate whack material, work deep cover, transmit through your stereo. Constantly outside the box, rocking in a manatee and orthodox. Forever locked into a rhythm, motion magnetic, run at the beat hit 'em. Constantly outside the box, rocking in a manatee and orthodox. Forever locked into a rhythm, motion magnetic, run at the beat hit 'em.
Beast of burden. Take one. Beast of burden. Beast of burden. For the beast of burden. Check it out now. The truth can be a unique texture of abstract thoughts, new techniques and guidelines, insight that provides minds with the gift to bestow sight upon blind minds. Landmine consequence, find it in this automatic, brand new with no static, high by definition. Plus I must mention misbehaving MCs can get served like detention. Using pinpoint precision is a unique tactic for my drastic decisions. Resonate like a gram in the hands of a white horse hero who wants like Uncle Sam in the worst way to to set it off like it's never been set. Straight off the books, your best bet. Call it the smart money effect. Supreme intellect who reads folks like a Vietnam vet. So, in other words, we rely on experience, unaware, having been there in the past. Double back attacking, looking for every opportunity that we can to get it cracking. Immaculately, we conceive truth out of nothing, like it's been hitting up the sleeve. And some might even have you believe that we're living in a fantasy land, and we actually can turn this sick, sad world into beauty with the words of a song. But it's been sung for so long to the deaf, dumb, and blind who won't hit rewind. As life goes on, they all get left behind. Beast of burden, certainly working under pressure. The worries of a lesser man. That's the worries of a lesser man. I just rock and do the best I can, but I feel as I've been put in a position unavoidable, easily exploitable. Asking what's the purpose, cause every single verse is a piece of identity, something that exists within a memory. Maybe that's why reality seems like it's distant. Feelings that were vaguely reminiscent have all disappeared in an instant, and I'm left standing alone with a microphone, forced to spit truth, forced to lead the youth to a liberated mind state. Show the blind that they can see vividly in an infinite spectrum, and cradle them in and protect them from their worst enemy, the one they see when they're looking in the mirror each night. Fighting that good fight is like holding up the earth in the palm of your hand. The other one is issuing demands at a fast pace. The last place you would ever catch cheap is a brief visit to that other side of the game, but some complain and uninspired that 7 minutes in heaven required that your lifeline expired. You can't put that on sabbatical. Fake radicals try to conquer the world of adventure. That by definition is a fallacy beyond anything that my mind state is on. The beast of burden, hurting under pressure, but never worrying for the lesser man. We just rock the mic and do the best we can, and do the best we can, and we do it like this, y'all. No doubt. I said we do it like this, y'all. No doubt. It gets done like that, y'all. No doubt. Cause we rock it like this, y'all. My mentality is similar to Cheyenne nowadays, while most rappers mimic the bad man. Illusions of power, devouring obstacles with no remorse and no apparent course or direction. Lost on the other side of life. Human satellites who cannot communicate with the masses. Makers of a classless society. Common enemy, gaining notoriety and picking up steam. They say we're living the dream, but in actuality, it's an abnormality to represent one side. Keep it wrapped and the rest under wraps. Set it aside because that's the haps. Politics of the business, and we all bear witness to it. And just watch as they do it while they dance through the raindrops. Yeah, it's entertaining, but what'll happen when the rain stops? The beast of burden, oh get to working. Yeah, the beast of burden, oh get to working. That's when those beasts of burden get to working. The beast of burden gets to working.
Etch these words in stone because they're known to be historic, very visionary, metaphoric. Almost an open door of perception that was realized from the very moment of conception. A manifest for those who suggest that we rock on and on without rest, lest we perish and our soul is diminished. Finish like an end and time for pretending is not now. It may never suffice. In the presence of Leo 7, I think twice, but without a doubt, cloud has never been the goal. The goal is a life lived with total control of artistic expression. Answers to a few questions and plenty of blunted cipher sessions. I like to take my backpack and headphones and travel through passages similar to dead zones. A second sight, a way to be envisioned, a style that requires dedication and precision. So my home is a plane of understanding, it's infinite and flat, if you could picture that. Burn it into the memory banks for total recall in case of the rare event that we fall out of line, get derailed or whatnot. Become an old history lesson time forgot. A martyr, a fire starter in the true sense. Fueling the minds, keeping the flames intense. Burning with passion in an unchained fashion. Letting it all ride. So when my chips cash in, it'll be that last big score that was needed. The straw that upset the balance. My one and only chance to maintain a living out my talents in obscure tasks. But I'm up for the challenge. Let it be known right from the start that my only goal in life is to resurrect the art of lyricism. Real life paragraphs, the type of cat to spill my soul all over rough drafts. Give it all that I got with each shot of the semi-automatic lyricism that I give them. And so my sweet delight is endless night in a dream state. I reiterate right when it matters most. Coasting in a spiral of energy that spills alphanumerically after it's centered me. I guess I just wasn't made for these times, but I'll always be the right man to bust these rhymes. My body's conduit, the truth flows through it unrestricted, imprinted so I can't resist it. Forced to be an earthbound space traveler, flux capacitor, time travel unraveler. Polar ends of the spectrum collide, provide a soundtrack that's automatically applied to our well-being, and it gives what it gives to further illustrate how the other half lives.
This is full contact verbalism, a final future attempt to instill the wisdom. Saturated deep in the brain cavities of average MCs while I eliminate them rapidly. Haphazardly I blaze through the track, looking for a place to sustain an attack. Homeless words in the beat coincide to form an abstraction worthy of the main attraction. Just a fraction of this combination's natural friction keeps you hanging on strong like addiction. So I immerse myself deep into the composition. It seems like the natural decision. Place my soul on the universal grid of the unbound network. We all must let work without even knowing. It just keeps flowing with no earthly bound idea of where it's going. A pilot flying blind through the darkness of a starry night in the mind of an artist. Combinated with a madman's mentality, examined through the fisheye lens of reality.
A man ruled by his own design is damned. Don't sleep on the plans, they wrinkle. Keep them undercover simple. Makes you wonder what it's worth. Not enough. Soul searcher price check. Commercial diet. Lose weight fast. Don't ask for what you get. Go for what you know. Time won't stop until you've lost absolute control. Swerving. Can't be rich and happy. Now you're learning to be a pessimist. I guess it gets intense. When your own creation indents, disassociation from the margin, it's my jargon. Status started, swords crossed, razor been tossed, steering clear of wreckage, second stick, weapons with self-alignment, self-check, self-destructive devices loaded in the deck.
God has a deck, community is its hand, I have a face. All I know is presence, all they have is suits. They're not worth much more than the clothes. Bought and tied to match the colors, it's attached to your wrist. It's either natural or it's red, woolly natural or bleeding. I've never lost a number, I'll just throw them away. I'd like to promise a fancy funeral, but you got burnt while sleeping on the bridge. Or burnt while having sex, there goes your social life. Who needs life anyways, who's not dead? Society's just God's broken fingers. The bones might mend, if there was something left to give, someone else to take. A vantage point on the city, can't help but take advantage with the view this pretty. Can't help you if you awake, like you're lost in the mirror. And you couldn't sell sex to yourself even if you had the money. But you're broke, cause your clients keep dropping like lemmings. And all you know is yourself, but you practice anonymity. So with space from your thoughts, who do you think is listening? And there's space in your thoughts, and distance is your everything.
You get my album when it comes out? You making an album too, man? Yeah.
Hey, sing me another song, brother.
Spare change. Spare change, please.
Magnetic, a game of chance, the rhythm of a dangerous dance, a wordsmith known to freelance, one with a definite position from which the wisdom can survive on intuition. I see a sad clown, a bold fool, both change forever when the Iron Man loses his cool. Taking all them suckers to school so we could teach lessons that'll match their mixed blessings. Lessons no more than the hand that we're dealt. Trust me, the hurt's been felt by the voiceless. It's to the point that they're screaming. Typical man assumes he's only dreaming. Since he operates on separation, none of those voices can see emancipation by ordinary means. Only in between every kick and every snare among the dope rhyme schemes, where it might seem to some that we cold get dumb until we're comfortably numb and unaware, feeling unprepared for an evolution, yet it comes natural. Theories we've tested rode actual miles in the back seat, and it's been a rough ride, sorta like when worlds collide inside the super unknown, seldom unseen lifestyle, manufacturing man-child beyond a reasonable doubt. The gears keep turning and the world keeps spitting them out. But we can face the rough seas with ease and maneuver through all of that no matter what amount. Fiber optic visionary tactic that I enlist whenever any situation gets drastic. Electric monster, insane field of destruction caused by insane seduction. Strong pull for the mind of a fool. Constant repetition is the widespread tool to cause panic, anger in the nation. Your situation hangs within the balance. There lies the challenge. Walking that line of sound mind in a world so loud that it's hard to define any one thing. Smoking mirror routine. Before the smoke gets in the eyes, realize that blinking is equivalent to thinking when acting on instinct and not copying what's already happened. The aim is to keep the hands clapping no matter what kind of element you're attracting. All we're doing is enacting things you couldn't possibly imagine with ordinary action. We're talking all about extraordinary tactics. In the grand scheme, I can see the grand stream, and it's all about consciousness. To exist is your own man outside the master plan. Oh, what a task. We're stuck in the middle of it all, patiently waiting to take a fall. Yet I'll take the simplest route. There never was an easy way out, but that's not what I'm about. We can face the rough seas with ease and maneuver through all of that no matter what amount. The man who sold us all up the river should now face the fact he must stand and deliver testimony that is vital to determining that which affects us directly and corrects the directions, fixes each imperfection until we have a clean specimen that will set precedents for the now. We can allow only so much to happen before we're left gasping for breath, blowing in the wind, dangling the same way our modern day thought process has been strangling future development. So I find it relevant that while hip-hop is viewed as malevolent, it's still what the masses represent, and now they embraced it without even knowing that they defaced it. Funny thing is, they could be anyone, anytime, at any place, and then leave without a trace as they clamor for clout. Meaningful words can only be heard in between the bouts, but we sail the rough seas with ease and maneuver through all that no matter the amount. Maneuver through all that no matter the amount, as we sail the rough seas, The rough sea, the rough sea, the rough sea.
Separated are we? Situations are hardly related, but the blood sample matches. Army of darkness, some marine artists with sonar spread. Debris floats, the beat rocks the boat. Now I'm overboard with a loaded sword. Between stabs and cheap shots, I mean it's not like I can't ignore certain feelings that surround like sound bound by nothing. Us bring it, damn right we'll swing it. Machete intent, set vents to open for circulation's sake. The feeling mentioned before was hunger, we can't wait to eat. Starving for attention like ADD stands for appetite for destruction. Deduction leaves you with an uncertain feeling that you're missing something, but you're not. You get props just for searching. I hold trust in a past vision that must have been this, it's curtains.
In a spot, slept on for the burgundy, saw the scenery. We got beyond and won't stop till the break of dawn. When it drops, it's on. In a spot, slept on for the burgundy, saw the scenery. We got beyond and won't stop till the break of dawn. Rattle the anatomy within your body cavity at a rapid rate, closely resembling insanity without the vanity. Glory cannot survive. Those who oppose must fight to stay alive in the cesspool of disposable mediocrity. Bound for life by these chains of hypocrisy. The collective third eye watches me with precision, with the interest to manifest these things I envision by way of futuristic technology. Extract ideas from my head without so much as an apology. An anomaly of modern science and medicine. A watcher from birth to this earth, one was heaven sent. One who was evidently wise beyond his years. With word combinations that could bring one to the tears of dispersed from the lungs at a rate that's alarming. Humbling, stupefying, downright disarming. Famous danger agents with a champion sound containing impacts that's felt for miles around, bound to change the mass direction. Prepare for insurrection caused by melodies combined with vocal neglections and selections of ideas mixed in with frustration. Ready to break free, given the proper situation. Emancipation, breaking the chains cause they're hurting. I'm quite certain that when this track plays it's curtains. It's on, in a spot, slept on for the burgundy, saw the scenery. We got beyond and won't stop till the break of dawn. When it drops, it's on, in a spot, slept on for the burgundy, saw the scenery. We got beyond and won't stop till the break of dawn. Won't stop.
This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it.
Does it seem like you're living a dream when the headphones are banging with you in between? Every mixtape could then be a document of a moment in time when someone was rocking it. Flash forward, years down the line, the same documents before filled the minds of the new breed, the pure untapped source. The cycle remains on its preset course, destined for things greater than the mind can find within the limitations of its design. Big picture, sorta like Monet. Maybe it'll all make sense when we step further away. Getting out of touch one at a time, but still steamrolling MC like Manhunt. Weary of the ones who live for the now, cause they're only locked into what our moment can allow. Every time my heart pounds, it sounds like dynamite, and I gotta let it out when I write. Every time my heart pounds, it sounds like dynamite, and I gotta let it out when I write. Every time my heart pounds, it sounds like dynamite, and I gotta let it out when I write. Every time my heart pounds, it sounds like dynamite, and I gotta let it out when I write. Verbally venomous, definitely dedicated to restoring hip-hop before it gets eradicated. Glad I made it this far in my progression of days. The average man has labeled making a living. I call it making a difference that is intense in the area of the planet that I've been sent. Passionate while being pinpoint accurate, so what I felt and known as dummy unforgiving. When I sleep to dream, I see a vision. Right before my sideline lies a division. My decision is remain stagnant or become energy, following the great magnet. Couldn't have it any other way, but anyway, find me writing non-stop any day in a trance, in endless romance with the beat. The one thing that makes me complete. Every time my heart pounds, it sounds like dynamite, and I gotta let it out when I write. Every time my heart pounds, it sounds like dynamite, and I gotta let it out when I write. Every time my heart pounds, it sounds like dynamite, and I gotta let it out when I write. Every time my heart pounds, it sounds like dynamite, and I gotta let it out when I write.
Alright, the thought has crossed my mind, yeah, if something should happen, yeah, I go along with it, but if it doesn't, there's no thing to me, because that's not what I'm out here for. I'm out here to bomb, period. That's what I started for. I didn't start writing to go to Paris. I didn't start writing to do canvases. I started writing to bomb, destroy all lines. And that's what I'm doing.
How long do you think you'll do it?
Till I'm finished.
Yo.
Haha.
What's happening?
What's happening? One time. Check it.
Man, if this job don't kill me, then the alcohol will. So I spill, swill, and smoke kill to fill that space from bill to bill. To fill that space from bill to bill.
Cause the coke killed the thrill of my lifelong dreams. A voice in my opinion. My king's dominion is overcrowded. Can I have another?
Just suffer, no cup your hands supple. Cause I'm a stuffer with a couple of grains of rice and ice cubes. So muscle up, cause this tussle's tough and long-winded, suspended down a long winding road without an ending. Credit crunch cringing, stingy binging, I'm broke spending it, giving it a trends. Pretending we're buying time, but we've only purchased a markup on surrendered minds.
The source of all of this is hard to find. The machine is in action. Consumer demand will be the black hand of death to the populace. The situation's now so obvious because the crumbs that they throw down between starving us cause panic. Manic depression, plus aggression on the backswing. Yo, the whole thing is maddening. With the situation so enormous, what are we left with then? Tell me.
Corrosion took a form and twist turn. Break stride and bow now. Please return to your cubicle. Cuticle cut to the quick tube. Quick to cancel. Example pinpricks. Stick to plan B. From treetops to thin twigs. Pick your switches, I keep them bit beyond resistance. Resist the urge to step toward vintage verge. My bezel's edge, so my pencil's purge.
I'm writing with a sudden surge of injected thought on some you are not everything that you bought in the past. When your final breath is cast, how long will it really last in all of this noise pollution? Solution is simple. You place soul over instrumental. Once again, you place soul over instrumental. Once again, you place soul over instrumental.
What's happening?
Let us all seclude collected. Not limited to, but include selected. Sporadic, spontaneous, sputtering, spastic. Spin drop, the calm before the drizzle, fizzle flop. No top 10, target market mission. My vertebrae stay vertical. My vision stand transfixed. To push through your serpentine, turbine traction, turn perpendicular.
What's happening?
Chief and TheDoomsdayDevice get sick with this collective intellect. We interject amongst the drum pattern scheme. Destiny is dreaming in reverse. Hip-hop is unrehearsed cultural reflection. It's like something from nothing. Cries for help from the victims of those frontin'.
Yes, and I've listened to the speeches, but it occurred to me politicians don't understand. Thoughts of isolation, ain't no sunshine underground. Well, it's like working buried in a graveyard 3 miles down.